Hi. So, can we make a decision? Can we make a real, bona fide, clear cut, pointed decision about anything that really matters in life? I mean, we're living our lives and we're going from here to there and we're dealing with this and we have ups and downs. But when it comes to really making decisions and not just living on autopilot so that life decides for you or other people decide for you, I'm talking about you and I really making clear cut decisions about what our life is going to look like, what we're going to do today, and what is going to really count for tomorrow. Making clear cut decisions rather than living our lives constantly distracted by what other people or other situations demand from you. Life can be very demanding, there's no doubt about it. You're being pulled from one side to the other side, you're up and down, and time is running out, and you have personal issues that you're trying to deal with and all that, but you're putting your personal issues aside because you don't have time for yourself, because you got to do all these different things. But there's a point where at some point you got to realize, are you making decisions for your life, or are you living your life as if you're on autopilot, just going through life trying to survive? That is not the way that God intends for us to live our lives. God intends for us to make wise decisions on a daily basis, to consider His will for our lives every single day, to line ourselves up with His manner of thinking, as it talks about in Philippians 4:8. It is God's will for us to have peace and not conflict with who we are in each day. And we can fool ourselves by just doing the things that's expected, making sure that everything is done that's expected to be done, and thinking that that was what God has designed for you to do. And thinking, therefore, I have peace now because everything is maintained as it's supposed to be based upon how it's been. But are you really, really, really at peace? You know, if you're not making wise decisions in your life on a daily basis, that you're making decisions because today's a brand new, fresh day, and God's promises are fresh for each day. God's grace is brand new for each day. If you're not making clear-cut decisions, but decisions are being made for you instead, then there is an inner conflict, and you know it. Is the peace that you have that supposedly passes understanding, is it really based upon the peace that God provides for you because God is for you, and that your life is lining up with God's plan for you in life itself? Or is that peace simply because you're not rocking the boat, you're trying to survive, and you survived another day, you're still alive? You know, you hear people say, well, as long as I'm above ground, that's a good thing. But is it really that good? I mean, it's good. You're not dead, yeah. But is it really good? Is life good? Is it really based upon God's will for you? Is it His working that's making everything come together in life? And if it is, that's awesome. If it is God doing it, then that's a great way to live. You know, you're engaging in God's word for your life. You've engaged in prayer, and you're focused forward, and there's an excitement knowing that God is in full control. It is Him. If you're on autopilot, the idea is that I'm abiding in Him, He's abiding in me, and we're going together and making things happen every day. We're progressing aspects of His kingdom right here in this world today, and it begins right here in my life. He's progressing in my own heart. Things are changing, things are developing in my life, and I'm making wise decisions that pertain to each new day and how each new day is designed for my life to be plugged into. Or is your plugging into life based upon somebody else's desire for you? You know, the plug that you have that God has designed for you to plug into, that plug is being forced into something else, and you're just barely making it work. But you know, that's not God's desire, and you know that's not God's desire. God's desire is for you to take time every day, engage in who He is for you, engage and take time in His Word, get acquainted or reacquainted with Him. And the key right now is to stop allowing distractions to rule your life when it comes to your own personal development. I've actually heard not that long ago that people said that I cannot have a quality relationship with the Lord because I don't have time. And that's not true. You do have time. He says to redeem the time, for the days are evil. If you're not taking time every day to develop your relationship with the Lord and to enjoy that relationship, if you're not taking time every day, he says if you don't redeem the time, the days are evil. That means the days are not progressing in the direction in which they were intended for you. You're progressing only in the sense that you're getting older. And you're conforming more and more and more to an established layout for your life that wasn't brought on by the Lord himself or even by you yourself. It was brought on by life itself, commanding from you the very things that you are exhausted from. Now, if you find yourself exhausted at the end of the day, but exhausted not in a good way, exhausted like, that kind of exhaustion, that's not a good way to end your day. To be exhausted is like, that was a good day. That was good. I actually did something that I feel that I was designed to do, and it feels good. Those days don't always come very often, but they could come often. We could have awesome days. We really could, if we allow ourselves not to be distracted. You have the time. You do have the time to take time and to plug yourself in to Jesus Christ and who he is in your life. To plug yourself in to what God has planned for you. Taking time with him, taking time with going after him as your number one priority on a daily basis. Taking time for this will definitely help align your life with God's plan for your life, which would energize you and allow the end of the day to be that was good. Or, I can't wait till tomorrow to wake up and get into what God has for me the next day. Now, you might have a job that just wears you down. You might have family members that wear you down. You have situations that you just cannot see change. I can't see the purpose in having a relationship with him. I can't see it. I can't see. Yeah, we get blinded by circumstances. We get blinded by life. We get blinded by relationships. We get blinded every single day by the day itself. And so to get a clearer view, I need to get a clearer view of what life was really meant to be. Jesus Christ is your life. Jesus Christ is my life. And I need to get a clearer view of Jesus Christ as being my life, more so than my career being my life, or even my spouse being my life. The clarity is Jesus Christ. He's my life. And he provides a clear point of view when it comes to my daily living. It comes through him. Taking time to pray. And I don't mean just your prayer list. That's another task. I'm talking about just a fresh prayer. Lord, open me up. Lord, make things new again today. Lord, show me yourself today. I really want some more of you. Open up his word. Read his word, and not just because you have to get your quota in. But I'm talking about read it just to nurture who you are within the day that you're approaching. Read it. Meditate upon it. Take hold, embrace it. But I tell you, when you do find a place where there becomes a joy in that relationship and a peace and a hope in that relationship, hang on to that. Hang on to that. Instead of trying to plug that joy of the Lord into life itself, just stay plugged into the joy of the Lord, period. And let life fall into that category of this. I'm embracing the joy and the peace and the hope that comes from the Lord. And when I do have a struggle in life, and when life demands so much from me, and I have to respond, but I'm going to still continue to respond to this fresh relationship I have with the Lord. I can still have joy in him, peace in him, and hope in him, even though I got demands of my day drawn upon me. I know that that's easier said than done, but I'd rather fight a battle that is promising something better than to surrender to a battle that was never meant for you to lose to. All right, enough said. Talk to you later.